Okay, boys and girls, so the big question that we're thinking about today is this. Since no one can keep the law, what is its purpose? The big question is then, why did God give us the law? Why did He give us the 10 Commandments and all of the other laws that are in the Old Testament? And then the 2 commandments that we learnt about love God and love your neighbour. Why were we given those laws if we know that none of us can keep the law? Well, the law has a really, really important purpose. The bigger truth tells us that the reason we have the law is that so that we would know that God is holy, that we are sinful, and that we need a Saviour. Those are 3 important things that we're going to be thinking about today. That God is holy, that we are sinful, and that we need a Saviour. Now, I had 10 rules. They weren't even very good rules, and the rules had to be kept so that you would be able to get Easter eggs. Do you know what? The reason we had those rules was so that you could see that they were impossible to keep, and that you would know then that there had to be another way. The reason that God gave us His laws is so that we would see God is holy. God has the right to give us these laws and these rules to live by because He is holy. God's rules show us that we are sinful. They help us to understand that we are sinful. We cannot keep God's rules because we are sinful. And they also show us how much we need a Saviour. They show us that there must be another way because of God's great love for us, and in His mercy, He did create another way for us to be part of His family. Remember we talked last week about how if we were relying on the law to get us into heaven, we would have to pass it 100% all of the time. And we just cannot do that. And because we realize that we cannot do that, that shows us that we are sinful people. And that shows us how much we need a Saviour. We've got a little clip coming up now to explain a little bit more about God's great rescue plan whenever He sent Jesus. And then we're going to be thinking just a little bit more after that about why we have the law, why the law is a good thing to have, and how the law points us to Jesus so that we can be part of God's family.